Mangwana ni mwalelepo vukenjani class vanave Africa. Welcome to Africa Good Morning, bringing you the key stories shaping the continent and its global relations. On today's bulletin, former U.S. President Donald Trump plans a mini summit with 5 West African nations, while India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set for a historic state visit to Namibia, his first in 27 years, aimed at boosting trade, technology and defense ties. Nigeria's opposition unites ahead of the 2027 election, and Zimbabwe sees another crackdown on journalism. Plus, AU-led economic integration efforts, the Ondangwa Expo, and Carly, a branch of Enjoy Travel, joining us for an interview to talk about the Enjoy brand and their upcoming trip to Botswana. Do watch us on DStv 285, GOtv 25, oneup2.com, and NTV Africa on YouTube. But first, the Region 5 Youth Games are happening in Windhoek, Namibia, with the opening ceremony happening this evening, and it will be graced by Sports Minister Dino Balotti as well as Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah. The Region 5 Youth Games features 10 nations. It's the first time happening in Namibia in 20 years of the edition, and yesterday volleyball kicked off to get the tournament started. The competition is already well underway and fully in swing with the support of several nations, and of course we expect this weekend Namibians to be gracing the stadiums, starting with the opening ceremony. My name is Ashwin Bedi. This is Africa Good Morning. Top stories shortly. As I previously stated, the Region 5 Youth Games have their official opening ceremony today in Windhoek, Namibia. Do keep in mind you can follow the games on oneup2.com and Network Media Hub on YouTube. This is for the broadcast. My Zone, follow My Zone on Facebook to make sure you are up to date with all the sport codes as Africa discovers its best. Just a little fact to keep in mind: 2 super athletes were actually discovered at the Region 5 Games. Their names are Kasta Simenya and Christine Boma. Let's get into the Africa Good Morning news. In a surprise diplomatic move, United States President Donald Trump has announced a summit with 5 West African nations, Gabon, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Mauritania, and Senegal, from 9 to 11 July in Washington. The initiative is framed as part of renewed U.S. engagement with Africa, especially following the White House's recent brokering of a peace deal between Rwanda and DRC. Trump's administration has shifted emphasis toward commercial partnerships, aiming to replace humanitarian aid with private investment opportunities. The summit is expected to explore trade ties, security cooperation, and access to African mineral wealth. Tensions from his earlier meeting with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa have not deterred Trump from pursuing what analysts call a transactional approach to African diplomacy. Though a broader U.S.-Africa summit is tentatively planned for September, it remains unconfirmed. Meanwhile, observers are watching closely to see whether this engagement marks a genuine pivot or simply a strategic performance ahead of the U.S. elections. Either way, Africa is back on Trump's geopolitical radar, albeit on his terms. Ethiopia and Botswana have deepened bilateral ties through a high-level business networking event in Addis Ababa under the theme Adinet Remoho Unity, with backing from the African Union Commission. The meeting spotlighted trade and investment across key sectors, including agribusiness, aviation, leather, coffee, and textiles. The AU's Strategic Planning Director, Boto Bayendi, called on member states to fully implement Agenda 2063, emphasizing the potential of the AFCFTA to double intra-African trade and lift millions out of poverty by 2035. The event also focused on the single African air transport market, which could increase air traffic by 50% and cut airfares significantly, an important move for Ethiopia, whose flag carrier remains Africa's largest airline. Botswana's ambassador Tebekelo Bonang stressed leveraging the nation's stable economy and Ethiopia's industrial growth to build sustainable trade partnerships and joint ventures. The AU plans to align national strategies with Agenda 2063, boosting regional value chains and economic resilience. This Addis Ababa meeting signals a growing shift in Africa's diplomacy from political goodwill to actionable trade and shared prosperity. Moving on to our next story. In a dramatic shift within Nigeria's political landscape, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and ex-Anambra State Governor Peter Obi have joined forces under the African Democratic Congress, breaking away from their former parties, the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party, respectively. The Abuja unveiling marks one of the biggest realignments since 1999 as the coalition positions itself to challenge President Bola Tinubu's ruling All Progressives Congress in the 2027 elections. The move follows lessons from the 2023 election, in which Tinubu secured victory with just 37% of the vote, while Atiku and Obi split the opposition base. Backed by political veterans like David Mark, Nasir Al-Rufai, and Rotimi Amaeshi, the ADC aims to unite disillusioned factions to present a credible alternative. Analysts say this new alliance significantly improves the opposition's odds, but others argue that Tinubu's incumbency may prove difficult to dislodge. While the PDP and LP have dismissed the coalition, tensions remain as both parties face internal crises. For now, Abuja becomes the epicenter of Nigeria's next political showdown. A court blackout delayed the bail hearing of veteran journalist and Zimbabwe Independent editor Faith Zaba on July the 2nd, forcing her to remain in custody overnight. Magistrate Vakai Chikwekwe, citing the power outage, told the court, "I was typing the documents, then electricity left, so I started writing. I am sure that tomorrow I will be done." Zaba faces charges of allegedly insulting President Emerson Mnangagwa after publishing a satirical column calling Zimbabwe a mafia state and accusing the government of regional interference. Her hearing had already been postponed once to allow the state time to review her medical records. Zaba, reportedly in poor health, voluntarily presented herself to the police on the 1st of July. She has been charged under the Criminal Law Codification and Reform Act and could face up to a year in prison or a $300 fine if convicted. Her arrest has sparked widespread criticism, with the Committee to Protect Journalists calling it a waste of public resources and part of a growing crackdown on dissent. Those have been our top stories on Africa. Good morning. Shortly, we'll be showing you an interview I had with Carly Abranch as I sat with her talking about Enjoyed Travel, the brand, their work, and their upcoming trip to Botswana. But prior to that, let's have a look at the weather. I am with Carly, a branch of Enjoy Travel, and we want to talk about this entity and all the wonderful work that they are doing in making traveling more accessible for the region. How are you, Carly?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
It's a little bit chilly this morning,
Certainly.
but it has been.
It has been very chilly without a doubt. And of course, you'd experience a whole lot of the chilliness because you're always out and about.
Yes.
Briefly tell us what Enjoy Travel is about.
Okay, so Enjoy Travel is an online booking platform. We started last year in March. So we're officially just over 1 year old.
Okay.
We focus on privately owned accommodations across Namibia, and earlier this year we branched out to South Africa. Very soon, as in Sunday, we are heading to Botswana. So we'll be branching into Botswana as well, and then later this year we will be heading into Zimbabwe and Zambia as well.
Wow.
So we focus on privately owned accommodations. We would like to list them on our platform because basically we realized that when people want to travel through Namibia, even if you are going South Africa, Namibia to Botswana, there's no one website that lists the privately owned places. So it's easy to find them, but you have to use multiple websites. So Enjoy came in, one platform, enjoy.my.na. You can find us all there, and all of our privately owned accommodations, from guest houses, guest farms, lodges, hotels, from really, really beautiful places, very high end, to the more comfortable, the easygoing, the more affordable places. We've got it all on our platform. And because we're associated with the newspapers, we then do social media and television marketing for our partners.
Wow.
So yeah,
it's a
that's
win-win.
what we do.
So to
It's
speak.
a win-win.
Approximately how many lodges and spaces do you have in Namibia?
So in Namibia alone, we've got about 80.
80? I thought you were going to say 8.
No,
80.
no, we worked hard last year.
That's
So we've
incredible.
got about 80. So I always just show people if Namibia looks
Yeah,
like
yes,
so.
yes.
We've got from the south, the coast, central Namibia, northern Namibia, into the Caprivi Strip.
Oh.
We are everywhere.
Oh, that's
So
fantastic.
if you're traveling, please go visit our website, go make your bookings.
Yes. And what is the website?
Enjoy.my.na.
All right, that's nice because it's saying enjoy my Namibia, which is
Perfect.
what's the feedback like being for Enjoy?
So this year, on our first birthday, we launched our membership and voucher program. So any person, South African, Namibian, Zimbabwean, it doesn't matter who you are, you can become an Enjoy member. Your membership is then valid for 5 years. Once you are a member, you can buy vouchers online. So these vouchers basically allow you to travel South Africa, Namibia, Botswana real soon,
yes.
at a discounted price.
Okay.
And since doing that, since launching in March, we've got close to 200 members already.
Wow.
Yeah, we've sold about 250 vouchers already.
Wow.
So like I said, your membership's valid for 5 years, your vouchers are valid for 1 year.
All right.
So we know that of those 250 vouchers, a minimum of 250 bookings will come in this year.
How does one
So-
become a member?
So again, on enjoy.my.na, there's a little button where you can buy yourself your membership. It's $300 and then it's valid for 5 years.
$300 for 5
$300
years.
bucks.
I've
60
spent-
bucks a year, that's
I've
nothing.
spent less on airtime.
It's $5 a month.
Yes.
That's absolutely nothing.
Wow.
And our vouchers, we've got 3 categories, so it really is tailored to everyone's budget. So we've got an Explorer voucher that's worth 1,000 Namibian dollars. Pioneer vouchers worth 3,000 Namibian dollars, and then our Voyagers worth 5,000.
All right.
Each of our places are linked to a specific voucher type. So you can go online, you can see all of our places have little blocks and then they've got a ribbon around it.
Okay.
That ribbon tells you, is it Explorer, is it Pioneer, or is it Voucher? If it's Explorer voucher, you know you can get a $1,000 discount. So if it is $1,500 for you and your partner for the evening, you're only going to pay $500.
Speaking of that, it can also work as a gift.
100%, you can transfer your vouchers. So I'm a member, I know that you're a member.
Absolutely.
So on your birthday, I can buy you a discounted voucher online and transfer it into your name.
31
So,
December.
31,
This year, what?
really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness,
Yes,
so
but
much
I'm-
makes sense
Yes,
now.
yes,
I
and I'm
love
definitely
it.
ready for holidaying at
There
that
we
time.
go.
How
And every year you've got a party on your birthday.
and I don't have
I'm
to pay
jealous.
for a single drink.
Beautiful.
I have to ask though, what's the importance of Enjoy in this giving access to different countries?
So, number one, with our clients being our establishments across South Africa, Namibia, Botswana. We would like to basically tell their stories. You know, in South Africa, you want the lady with the best milk chart. That's what we're going to tell you. In Botswana, you want to know who is going to help you get into the Maremi Park the quickest. So we tell those stories, and ultimately we are trying to encourage local travel. So when I say local, I mean Southern Africa.
Regional integration.
We all know, exactly, we all know that Namibians love South Africa. We love to go to Botswana. We love to go to Vic Falls via Botswana into Zimbabwe or Zambia. So we are just trying to make that more accessible for everyone, regardless of your budget, regardless of your nationality. And that's why we've started the membership program. So it is a cross-border. Any person can become a member. Like I said, it's not bound to, are you a Namibian, then you qualify. If you're a South African, if you're a Namibian, if you're a Zimbabwean, if you're from Botswana, any person can become a member. And we really do believe that that is what's going to make travel more accessible to the everyday person.
Absolutely, absolutely. Speaking of travel, you are headed to Botswana soon.
Yes.
Do me lie, as they say there.
Ah, thank
Yes.
you. I need to
You
remember
got
that.
So what are you going to be doing in Botswana, essentially?
So this is a threefold trip for us. Let's enjoy. We've got our television program On the Rocks.
Yes.
The informal, go visit an establishment, chat to the owner, chat to the chef. They spoil us with delicious food. And the Tourismus magazine. So we are going to record 7 episodes of the On the Rocks Botswana season with 7 brand new clients. I'm very, very excited. So we're getting to meet them, getting to know them, doing the recording with them, and at the same time we will be building content for the Tourismus 10 Degrees South edition. So there are 4 editions during the year. The 10 Degrees South is always the late August, early September edition that basically focuses on exactly what I've been saying. Travel between Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Namibia. So we will be building content. Obviously, our entire route that we are driving, it's about a 3,500 kilometer trip that we are doing.
It must be so intentional also to drive, because you get to experience so much more of the journey.
Exactly, and the clients really do spoil us. They really make it worth our while. They always try to show something local. They obviously, with the food, they take out the best of the best. Usually they allow us to do an activity at the establishment. So we really do get to know the place. We get to know the locals. In talking to the owners and the chefs, we know that you're getting to know his story. Why did you choose to become a chef? How did you end up at this lodge? A lot of the lodge owners also focus on hiring locals. So they really do focus on bettering the community, which is really nice. So oftentimes, the chef would be someone that started as the receptionist and worked their way up, and then the owners taught them a couple of dishes, but then the chef puts their traditional spin on things. So yeah, it's a really lovely trip, and we're very privileged to be able to go on these trips because we learn so much about the local people. And obviously we would be visiting Khansi and Maun and Sehitwa and Shakawe. So those are all very different areas in Botswana. So we get to know a little bit about each place, which is great.
All right, that's fantastic. And as you said, it's going to be on the Rocks, DStv 285, GOtv 285, 102.com. You can also check out the Echo, which is on 102.com if you miss the episodes as they come out. But I really like this multifaceted approach to enjoy travel, because you're actually going to enjoy the traveling yourself. It's not one of those where there's this, conglomerate with a bird's eye view and they're just making pieces move. You're really a part of the experience. Now, as we wrap up, Carly, what would you say is the most important reason someone should sign up for Enjoy today?
Well, you're going to get to know places that you possibly didn't know were around. You're going to have the best experiences because, like I said, we tell the stories of our clients and we really try to make it personal for you. So if you want something a bit more tailored, a bit more personal, a bit more, yes, it was individual, you booked it, but you know that these places that we've got on our website were handpicked for a reason. So just if you want a little bit of Namibian flair with Southern African hospitality, enjoy.my.na is your place.
Enjoy.my.na. Thank you very much, Carly.
Thank you.
And we've been talking about enjoy.my.na. Enjoy travel, an opportunity to enjoy the regional integration that is being fostered here. It's not just about going to Swakopmund. You might want to go to Maun. You might want to go to Vic Falls. They have you covered. This is Africa Good Morning.
Namibia. Are you ready to explore, discover and enjoy like never before? Introducing the Enjoy Loyalty Program, our gateway to incredible travel savings across Namibia and South Africa. As a loyalty member, you unlock massive discounts on travel vouchers. Buy online and save 50%. Or join an Enjoy event and save 75%. Choose the one that fits your adventure. Explorer voucher for 1,000 Namibian dollars, a Pioneer voucher for 3,000 Namibian dollars, and Voyager voucher for 5,000 Namibian dollars. It's simple. Send hashtag Enjoy to 08578 56231 and become a member today. Then, start.
And finally, the 12th edition of the Ondangwa Trade and Industrial Exhibition officially opened this week, themed Building Resilient Industries Through Innovation and Smart Partnership. The exhibition ends tomorrow, Saturday, 5 July. Tuyemo Haidula reports.
The Minister of Urban and Rural Development, James Sankwasa, officially opened the 12th edition of the Ondangwa Trade and Industrial Exhibition on Tuesday, urging stronger support for micro, small and medium enterprises and calling on businesses to embrace innovation and public-private collaboration to build a resilient Namibian economy. In a speech read on his behalf by Andreas Utoni, chairperson of the Oshana Regional Council, Sankwasa described the trade fair as a crucial local economic development initiative which aligns with Namibia's Vision 2030 goal of becoming an industrialized country. The event themed Building Resilient Industries Through Innovation and Smart Partnership is taking place in Ondangwa and has drawn business leaders, local authorities, government agencies, and exhibitors from across the country. He praised the Ondangwa Town Council for its consistent efforts in promoting local economic development and acknowledged the Town Council's strategic importance in northern Namibia, citing its railway, airport, and industrial infrastructure as the key regional economic expansion and cross-border trade with Angola.
Thank you for staying with Africa. Good morning on Friday, the 4th of July. These are some of the stories we looked at from broader Africa. Trump invites 5 African nations to mini summit in Washington. AU calls for deeper integration, emphasizing the potential of AFCFTA. Nigeria's opposition joins forces to challenge Tinubu in 2027. And Zimbabwean journalist Faith Zaba's case postponed after electricity blackout. We, of course, also spoke about the Region 5 Youth Games, whose opening ceremony is today, even though the volleyball got started out yesterday. And I spoke to Kali Branch about Enjoy Travel and their upcoming trip to Botswana. But for now, from me, Ashwin Berry and the Africa Good Morning team, DStv 285, GOtv 25, oneup2.com, and Echo, yes, Echo is an icon on oneup2.com. If you click Echo, you will have access to all our episodes and other shows on NTV. Network Media Hub is where you can find us on YouTube as well as NTV Africa. From me and the team, Sweda Jaganaka.